Hello, my name is Pablo, and we have Angelina here, and we're gonna go through some of the life and looks of Maria Callas. Voilà.
This is our favorite dress.
Yes, it's our favorite dress, a dress that I tried to keep from the production, and I failed. It's very beautiful. This is from Medea.
It's an extraordinary piece. And I remember how beautifully it was made. They made one for the film that is identical and was beautifully hand-painted. I think it's why we both loved it so much.
I loved it. I also love the scene when you walk down the stairs holding this knife after a pretty dark situation. You played it very beautifully, and we shot it with different cameras. It's a very accomplished thing that Massimo, our costume designer, did. Let's see what else is in here.
That's my favorite piece of music, Anna Bolena. It was an extraordinary thing to wear. I remember wondering before I did it, before I understood how to sing some of the pieces.
It was going to block your breathing.
I was convinced that it was going to block my breathing and that I couldn't. But actually, it helped.
And I remember that you were very into it and you were singing in front of a lot of people. It was beautiful. And this
extraordinary costume.
She only wore this hair fixture for the picture of the poster of the production that then became the record. But I don't think she ever wore it on the stage. And I loved it so much that we made a little bit of a cheat, and you're wearing it on the stage in the film, but it's very beautiful and it's very special. How did you feel when you wore it?
Oh, I loved it. It is certainly one of those costumes where you're transformed when you put it on. And it was very, very beautifully made and very delicate. It helped me with the character because it was such a strong look, and the craftsmanship and the drama.
Okay. You remember when you wore this? Very classic white scarf. Christina, which is the famous Onassis boat.
Yeah, and we were very fortunate to shoot on the real boat.
What are your feelings when we're shooting on the boat?
A lot of feelings, because you feel history, the different people that were there and the time and place in history. Churchill was on the boat. But I think I was also taken by this slower life. It wasn't a bunch of cameras everywhere. It was paintings on the walls, pianos, places to have dinner. And you can imagine that the time spent was thinking and talking about life and politics and art. It made me kind of wish I'd experienced that, because things today, they feel very fast.
There are so many beautiful dresses and glasses.
And they would dress, which wasn't done in some way like just being fancy or spending money. It was about a little bit of formality, and the days they were living had a different quality.
Well, this one's important for us.
This one is very much how she is in the film. Our Maria. I like the expression on her face.
Yeah, me too. And the hair is so emblematic.
Yeah. She was a very elegant woman. She was a very, very hardworking woman, and she was a very thoughtful woman. There were always these grand things about her life that are remembered, whether it be a look or her something in the press or whatever it may be. But really, that's probably her in between going to a rehearsal or work.
Her fashion evolution was always going towards simplicity. And what I remember, the older she was, at least in the pictures, she was always wearing more simple things with less designs.
Yeah, she got older.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I think also there was a time in her life she was hiding a little bit more, that she wasn't feeling well. She didn't want the public, and she didn't want the attention at all. I don't know if she ever really wanted it. I think she just wanted to work. She wanted it on stage.
But do you think when she became some kind of a fashion icon, she was aware of that?
Yeah, she's an artist, so I think she liked shapes and design. I think she wore clothes very well.
I think she was very smart, and she always knew what was happening around her. So here we are. This is from Norma, probably the opera that she sang the most all over the world. Very beautiful dress that we did a very similar version. But I remember if I'm not wrong, one of the first time you sang this in front of the crew
Yeah.
in her apartment in the
In the
kitchen.
kitchen. There was something really beautiful about the scene where to anybody else, it would be extraordinary that someone comes in and sings opera, and to show their relationship where she's so used to it, Bruna,
Yes.
that she's making breakfast.
She's singing.
And this is another day.
And it's like
this is
Maria Callas
Maria
just singing.
just doing that,
singing,
feeding
yeah.
the dogs and singing opera.
I think this is from the Farewell Tour.
Uh-huh.
It's a very emblematic dress. Massimo did a very beautiful version that really fitted you, I think.
Yeah.
Wonderful in it. And I think this is the period where she was most likely struggling with use of drugs that maybe in excess.
Well, her health issues.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think she was an addict. She was actually really sick. And so she would decide certain things that would take the pain away. I think there was just something so much bigger happening with her.
I don't think it's exactly an addiction. I think it's a way oddly, to connect with herself. I think there are many reasons why people take drugs, but I think that the fact that she was trying to understand herself in the film, it has a strange value.
My life is opera.
Thank you, Vogue. It's been nice to share a small part of Maria with you.
Left-handed.
Oh, I like your signature.
Thank you.